Ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside and in between, this world is a world of darkness, and there may be some subjects that are quite triggering.
Kindred and kindred society are built around one singular concept. A single vampire might be strong, but a vampire against many adversaries will face certain death. Final death. There have always been more mortals than kindred, so even before the Camarilla, it was always essential to flock together. Whether that purpose was to hide together in the shadows from the torches and pitchforks of those few who took to hunting us, or to walk amongst the living, feigning our own mortality, really depends on who you ask. In either case, the Masquerade tells us that our unlives depend on remaining undetected. And so, we scratch a life at the precipice of death. The Camarilla tell us to stay close to our elders, to shun technology, and to use their experience and knowledge to cultivate our own unlives. Court, coterie, call it what you like. Community. That is what keeps us safe. Being alone, then, is a dangerous situation for kindred to find themselves in. Saoirse knew this. But some dark shape has snuck in like a whisper of sedition and removed her. A woman who is in holding of great power, great knowledge, and deep respect is gone. Because Saoirse was alone. She knew that a domain, especially one as important as the university, should be protected, maintained, and carefully cultivated with the steady hand of an expert. But now, Saoirse's form lays on the floor, a couple of meters from Emily's feet, discarded, as if she was worthless. CT, Bing Bing, Finn. As you made your way down the corridor, Emily started behaving strangely. You watched as her eyes became fixated on something invisible to you, and her steps became filled with reluctant purpose. Emily, you followed shadows that only you could see, to the one closed door you'd been confronted with, and when you wrenched it open, you found only Saoirse's glassy expression fixed on yours. The chatter of your coterie mates from behind you bursts through your vision. The orange glow you saw under the door is suddenly brighter and colder than before, and the smell of freshly cleaned linoleum from the corridor is suddenly replaced with the stench of true death. The skin on Saoirse's face shifts and bloats, her chest heaving just slightly before it releases again, and for a moment, you are almost sure that she has heaved a sigh. But as her chest falls, instead of air, she issues forth a softly bubbling foam from her nose and mouth tinged red with blood. What do you do?
Oh my God. What happened here? The only thing that I saw was the shadow of a big figure, and then Saoirse. I can smell the scent of a coward.
What do you mean? What do you mean that you saw a shadow?
I had a vision. I saw a
vision.
struggle.
Okay.
I saw there was a struggle.
How could something like this happen? I've never seen. Aren't we supposed to be stronger than this? What? And Saoirse.
Wasn't she so strong, Bing Bing? Have you ever seen anything like this before?
She was one of our strongest.
Jesus.
I have seen this before. This is true death.
What does it mean? Who are we dealing with here?
Well, I'll tell you what, look, let's not panic. Let's not freak out. I mean, it's look, okay. Right.
CT,
So,
you're smoking like a chimney. Get yourself together.
I am together. So, she came to do rituals. Was it potentially a ritual that went wrong? Maybe. I'm a bit loose on the old rituals and stuff. I'm gonna look around for what equipment that may have been using for the rituals to see if it was a more supernatural than a vampire related death, or was it more us?
I'm getting the sense, if I could use activate heightened senses, that this was an attack.
Can Bing Bing sense something in the shadows?
Okay, let's go around the table quickly then. So CT, you want to take a look and see if you can find any paraphernalia that might tell you what happened here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's deal with that roll first. Could you give me your wits and investigation, please?
Yeah, wits and investigation. Yeah. Right, we're gonna have to remind me. So it's
exclamation V, then your total pool.
that's the one. B, total pool, and then my hunger, which was a spicy 3.
Ooh. CT is hungry.
I am hungry.
3 successes.
Oh, we did all right.
CT, as you scan the room and try and peer into the shadows to see what little is laid in the space, first of all, you're struck by how empty the space is. There are benches pushed to the side. The floor, hardwood, is glistening with the street light that's bouncing off it. And Saoirse's form, sort of curled in on itself on the floor, definitely looks tampered with. It looks like her pockets have been turned inside out. You do see a book with pages torn from it, laid sort of about half a foot from her right hand.
I'm gonna pick up the book.
Okay.
And basically while they're doing whatever they're doing, have a look through and start reading what's going on there.
Perfect. We'll come back to you in a second, then we'll check in with everyone else, and then we'll come back. What are you doing?
I am seeing if I can sense anything, like whether this was an attack, whether this was a ritual gone wrong. Was this premeditate? Like what exactly is going on here? I'm trying to see if I can pick something up that maybe the others can't.
Okay. Are you trying to tap back into your supernatural senses here?
My heightened senses, yes.
Heightened senses.
Is that what you mean? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Which sense are you heightening?
Smell.
Smell. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can go for that. Give me, please, give me also take resolve and investigation, but with heightened senses active, obviously your difficulties here will be lower. I'll worry about that.
Okay, resolve and investigation and a hunger pool of 2.
Mm-hmm. 1 success. With 1 success, the straightforward is obvious immediately. And that in itself is a curiosity to you. As you sort of close your eyes and focus on the smell in the room, the stench of death is overwhelming. But something beneath that is perplexing. This is a fresh corpse. The scent of decay is not unusual. A kindred who has just died, their form will revert back to the age it should be. So advanced decay in someone as old as Saoirse is expected. What is strange to you, however, is that you can't smell any blood.
Even though I saw blood? Wasn't there a trail of blood? Is it...
The dried trail on the floor, yes, but the body itself, nothing. It's as if the trail of the scent ends about a little way away from where her body is laid.
Has she been sucked dry? Okay.
Bing Bing, what are you doing?
When we first entered the hallway, we felt the shadows moving. I'd like to see if I can trace that anywhere.
Okay. Do you have any powers you're using for this?
Can I use my shadow cast for that?
So Shadowcast will let you stretch the shadows. I'm not sure that it will help you trace them. Let me just go and have a look. No, it will let you move it, but not trace it necessarily. But what we can say is, with your knowledge of shadow magic, that certainly a standard investigation would probably let you see some of the traces. Let's here take a look at your occult roll.
Okay.
And if you can give me, please, your intelligence and occult.
5.
Perfect.
0 hunger.
0 hunger. 2 successes. Nothing. The shadows are regular. They flicker just as you'd expect. There are no darkening pools around the edges of the room. Doesn't look like there's any signs of the shadows having done anything unexpected here either. Finn, what are you doing?
I believe I've got the package, right? Yeah, that's like hidden in here. Okay. I'm keeping it here, and now I'm putting a hand on there just to make sure that it stays there. And I would like to see if I can see any other points of entry / exit, and if there's anything that seems out of sorts.
Okay.
Someone maybe we could follow or track or something like that.
Okay, perfect. Could you give me, please, your wits and survival?
Copy you. And survival is okay.
3 successes. The room itself is somewhat of a curious choice, but it doesn't feel like the worst place to ambush somebody. The university is pretty quiet at this time of night for a start, and you're well aware of exactly how easy it can be to take somebody off balance if they're not expecting you. One of the benefits of this space that becomes apparent to you immediately is that while there is only one door in and out, there are plenty of large windows at the back of the space, which would make observing somebody moving around in here very easy. And given how dark it is outside, it's unlikely they'd see you. You can't, however, see any signs of forced entry, sudden exit, nothing like that.
Windows are all closed.
Windows are all still
Nothing's
closed.
broken.
Nothing seems disturbed.
Okay. So whoever did this must have been here a long time ago and gone out through the same door, because I don't envision anyone being able to leave without us seeing, or they're still here, in here, somehow.
Maybe they were part of the faculty. Who knows? Maybe someone Saoirse trusted.
Where are we at? I was busy reading.
Finn, can you see if there are any marks on Saoirse?
Yeah,
Other than
I'll
the fact
go
that her
down
pockets
and,
are turned
and
out.
see if,
Which would imply that they were after the package, surely.
Any wounds?
can I take a look and see if there are any wounds on the decaying body?
You can take a look, yeah. It will be a medicine check. So if somebody else would like to look, or another thing we can do here is if you would like to work
I'm not
together.
so great at the pinpointing.
I'll do it, Finn.
bodily-
Just
Okay,
roll
yeah,
her
you-
over for me.
Whoa!
Well, I don't know.
Oh, it's all right.
Will she
We're not mortal. It's fine.
turn to ash? I'm kind of worried about that.
I don't know how
I
old
don't
she
wanna-
was. How old was she? We don't
Quite
just.
old.
I was about to say we don't just immediately turn to ash. It's like a decaying
Maybe-
process.
Nearly
so,
as old as me.
in which
Maybe
case,
we look
bloody
on
hell,
top
don't
first,
touch her.
and then we can move her later in case you
Can we-
don't see anything on the front.
Can we just please be respectful, though? Be
That
gentle
too.
moving the body, please, Finn.
Yeah.
Thank
Finn,
you.
you definitely have the package, don't you? Okay,
Yes.
okay. Don't take it out. Don't take it out. These windows are sketchy.
Here's the thing. I feel like we need to know what's in here.
I agree with you, but let's not do it here. Let's
You
wait
don't think
till we
so?
get. No, let's do it. Maybe if we head to the professor's office next, we can get some investigation going on
Okay.
there. But let's not
Can
do
I?
that here.
With my
Alright.
knowledge of number one medicine, can I see if there's any marks on her body? And then also my knowledge of the occult, can I see what kind of ritual situation has happened here?
Absolutely. So there's a couple of different ways we can do this investigation of the body. We can use what's called an assisted roll, and that means that anyone who also has dots in medical can help you. They will add a dice to your pool. So we'll be looking at an intelligence and medicine roll for Bing Bing, I believe, because she has the highest medical skill. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
It ain't me.
And then I believe Finn also has a dot in medicine. Do either CT or
Just one.
Emily have anything in medicine?
In medicine, no. But
No,
if you
medicine.
need beauty, let me know.
Perfect. So what we'll do then, Bing Bing, you
I
will
add a
roll,
six.
and you
Oh,
add a
yeah.
single dice to your pool.
Got it to 0 hunger.
Wow, 5
I'm helping.
successes. Okay. You obviously investigating a corpse is a little different as that corpse ages. Fortunately, being all too familiar with death itself, you're quite accustomed to identifying not just the wounds on fresh corpses, but also on the bloated and decaying too. There are a couple of things that strike you, Bing Bing. The first is that the marks left on Saoirse's body are not just surface. In a couple of places, whatever has attacked her has gone so deep that it has chipped away at the bone of her arm. Secondly, that this deep cut has been more savage at her neck than you could probably hope to see. There are 2 very distinct gouges running down the side of the vertebrae of her neck. Whoever attacked her did so viciously, and that's obvious to you. The next thing that's clear is that there is no blood left in this corpse at all.
So you want me to move it now?
Don't touch her. She's
Okay.
fragile. Bing Bing kind of takes a
Just used
step
it
forward.
earlier.
You can hear like a sharp click. I take it back. I didn't realize. She has no blood.
Whoa, what?
Someone ripped open her neck. Look at it.
No,
Like an animal.
This is really bad. Are we talking like
Look
a
at how deep they
Diablerist?
cut in, right into the bone right there.
Are we talking a Diablerist? Is there any way that we can check? Oh, excuse me, you two are young bloods. Diablerie is like it's when you drink a vampire dry, but you don't just take the blood that's empowered with like vampire juices and what have you. You take their like soul. You take a part of their soul and it makes you more powerful. But it tarnishes your own soul. It like leaves black stains on your actual soul. It's
We can drink each
bad
other?
juju.
That's a thing?
Don't do it, Finn. Don't even think of it.
I wouldn't. That's disgusting.
This is
Obviously.
bad.
Can I roll my ritual now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What I will need from you for that one, Bing Bing, is it will be your occult plus occult. Well, in fact, let's pull this together, because not only are you wanting to check around for some occult information here, but CT found a book. So perhaps between the two of you, you might be able to come to some conclusions.
Okay. What's
What
CT's
needs-
occult?
My occult is I'm quite good with occult. I've got occult 3.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
By the way,
so
when they're doing this,
before-
I'd like to kind of like go out the door and just kind of check to see if I see anything out there. Because
Okay.
I don't know how we're so alone.
Okay, let's deal with this roll and then we'll come back to you, Finn. I will make a note. So CT, you have a pool of, if we take your, if we're looking at occult plus intelligence or academics and intelligence, before we do any rolls, let's just quickly check on what those pools look like. So CT, which is your greatest pool?
Intelligence occult is 6.
Okay, Bing Bing, what's yours?
Intelligence and occult is 5.
Okay, so CT will roll and he'll take a bonus dice from you.
And he
Bing
has
Bing.
3 hunger, whereas I have 0 hunger.
True.
It'd be better for
That's
me to
true.
roll.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You can do it that way around. That's fine.
Okay.
I found this book.
How much
found
would
this
I
book.
roll?
Maybe you
Sorry, how
How
understand.
much would I roll?
So you're rolling, it's a total pool of 6, because it's 5 from you and then the bonus dice from CT.
Perfect. What book do you have there? Where did you
Well,
find
this is one of
The
your
ground?
ritual books. It's
You
one of
brush it
your
off.
clans. Well, I'm guessing it's your clans because she had
Mine?
it. So, well, I'm guessing so. This is what she's one of your lot, isn't she? That's what
it?
she
D
does.
is.
Oh,
Is
Oh.
Saoirse
I don't know. I
also?
just assumed. You all look the same to me. It's fine. You
look the same. We all look the same.
And stuff.
At the very base of us, even you look the same as me. Ugh.
This is true. I am aware of that. But you people, you're always hanging around corpses and doing your necromancy and stuff. Oh,
I have
come
to
on.
hang around corpses. That's my job.
If you say so.
I do not look like CT. Thank you.
If you live as long as
Well,
CT and have
the
done as
hair,
many
a
things
little-
as CT has,
Hey,
you'll eventually
easy.
look like him too.
CT's never seen a brush.
I will have you know, this is majestically permed.
Let me see the book, CT.
Oh yeah. Have a look.
What is this?
I get it. The controlled chaos.
Should I roll
book.
first?
I got
Yes.
you, bro.
Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Just need a bit of hairspray and it'll be fine, right?
It's a little dense at first glance, Bing Bing. Perhaps you could do with a little more time with it, but what you can see that immediately stands out to you is that the title page has a handwritten note from Demeter.
Where
The
is
note,
G?
the note is a dedication of sorts, and it simply says, Saoirse, I hope this will aid you. As you flick through the pages, you see that Demeter hasn't finished her notes there. Further back, there are passages highlighted. Some have particular words underlined or circled, and in places, she's drawn sigils or made notes in the margins. It's difficult to tell exactly what she's gearing Saoirse towards, but what you do know is that the rituals concerned that are missing, torn out from the book, are those concerning resurrection magics.
There's missing here.
Yeah, I noticed
Number
that.
one, why would D send Saoirse to do rituals when D is the ritualist? Number two, where are the resurrection spells?
Well, I can answer number one because when we met her earlier, she said that she was using. Fuck. No, she said that she was combining rituals. She was using some kind of newfangled stuff.
But why
You know?
wouldn't D be here for that?
I don't know. She had a meeting or something.
Could this be D? Would she do that?
I don't really know. I
I don't know her at all.
It couldn't be D.
No, why not? Just because you guys are in the same clan?
No, because it's D.
Do you
What
know
would it
her better?
benefit her? It would just hurt her.
So yeah, that's
Why
true.
wasn't she here?
Where are the resurrection rituals?
What do you mean resurrection
What were they doing
rituals?
here? They're gone. They've been ripped out of this perfectly good book.
Are we talking zombies, or are we talking like wraiths and ghosts and stuff? Are we talking
Bringing to life. True life.
What? You talking about
They
like
can do that?
stopping being a vampire, like full blood transfusion?
Not sure.
Movie
I'd have to
bullshit.
see the spells.
Was it possible that this
Eh.
person, whoever did this, was trying to do something on Saoirse?
I can tell you
Killing
now,
her
full
and then-
blood transfusion doesn't
Well, they
work.
did the opposite to Saoirse.
I mean, clearly,
Or are they needing some sort of kindred blood to do the rituals?
I need to speak to D.
If this is a diablerie,
I know
there
what
is
I'm
no
talking about.
way they're going to be able to get out of this scenario. Like, this is really bad. Like, because it
Who do we need to
stains.
tell?
When I say it stains your soul, I mean it stains your soul. People can see that. shit.
Clearly, they didn't care.
Yeah.
Do they,
Look,
you
you've got to
think that
understand
they
the last
needed?
the last set of people that naturally that just went out and diablerized was the Sabbat, and the Sabbat don't like they're all underground now.
Sabbats.
Yeah,
All right.
evil.
Pretend I'm a new blood and I don't know
Curse.
what Sabat means.
Okay, so you know, like we've got
Thanks,
the
Ben.
Camarilla. You know, we got the Camarilla, okay, which is like law and order, hiding away from the vampires, or hiding away from the mortals, okay? We need to keep that because all of they will grab your torch and pitchfork, kill us when we're all asleep during the daytime. That's the whole point of us. Then we have the Anarchs, who are rebelling against the Camarilla because they don't like the rules and regulations. They like to live their own stuff. There's lots of like hoity-toity pompous stuff that goes on in the Camarilla, and the Anarchs don't like that. I'm not sure
And you
I
had
agree
the
with
Sabbat.
their stuff, but I'm more with the Masquerade has a reason for being there, you know. Then you have the Sabbat, who are like human or cattle. We should just have fields of them and drain them dry and not have to hide away from them. They're
Terrible lot.
bad people. They're bad.
Disorganized. Anarchists.
I mean, they're not.
So could they be doing this?
No respect.
The problem is if they get organized. At the moment, they're all underground because of stuff that's been going on all over the world and stuff. They're all underground. But, I mean, from what I've heard anyway, like, this is stuff through the grapevine. But, like, I've run into a couple of them. They are weird. They really don't buy into, like, maintaining your humanity.
And when
They're all
CT
about
says weird,
cult
you
crazy
can only
stuff.
imagine.
Rude.
Touche.
should we
I
be
mean-
worried? Should we be worried that
I
we're
mean-
even standing here? Is there someone who we could contact? Do
Let's not
the
jump to
kindred have
conclusions. Let's not jump
an
to
authority?
conclusions first.
This
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk to the sheriff. That's always a
I feel
first
like
port of call.
I feel like we should go to D and take all this info to her, especially if D knew Saoirse was going to be doing this.
But what if D was involved?
if we're suspicious of
D
her,
couldn't
maybe,
be involved in this.
Maybe
I don't believe that.
She's
You
saying
don't
that.
believe that?
Well,
I'm just
okay,
saying,
Let's
let's
do this. Why don't why don't we go back to your van and let's open this package, figure out what this is, and then we can go to the professor or decide where we want to go after that.
We should go to the professor's office. That's probably the most
With
secure
there?
place in this building. Let's go to the professor's office. There also might be other
Alright.
answers there.
Okay.
The only thing that I have to worry about now is the fact that there is a decomposing corpse in the middle of a classroom.
True.
She'll eventually turn to dust.
Yeah, eventually.
Yes,
but if she's,
but it's
what,
still-
100, 200 years old, there's still going to be a skeleton there. There's still going to be clothes and stuff. We
Bing,
need a
Bing,
cleanup
can you-
team.
We can't
Can you
just
do
melt
something?
her. It's Cersei. We can't just leave her like this.
I've never seen a dead kindred. So what do we do? Do we bury them?
There are rituals. There are ceremonies to be respected.
Okay.
Should we do that? Does that take long?
Bing, do you
Who
know?
knows?
Like, I haven't been in the university in a while, and usually when I am, I'm, a little high. So, do you remember? Is there a mortuary? Like, is there a morgue in the building?
We could take
Like-
her to mine.
Like, yeah, but is there a science place that we could stash her for a while we do all the investigation side of things?
I mean, it's a university. There is a science place, but generally they don't put dead bodies there.
That's true.
No, but
They don't do that.
There might be for medical.
I mean,
hoodoo,
yeah.
you know.
bodies are donated to science all the time, right?
We're not donating Cersei.
We're
Yeah, I don't
just
know if we want the
storing her.
humans to see a decomposing kindred body.
Just
late.
storing her until
No
we can.
humans
How
will come
far
to
is
this
your
part of the
mortuary?
university.
What time
This
is
is
it?
our part of the university.
Bing Bing, if the group
I didn't know
does want to speak with either Dimitra or the sheriff, all four of you, in fact, will know that the sheriff tends to base herself around the very inner ring of the city. And Bing Bing, your mortuary that you work out of is within that ring. So it's entirely possible that you could take the body with you on your way to speak to an authority, certainly. Further,
sheriff?
CT, you asked about the time. It's maybe 4 hours until dawn at the moment.
Okay.
We need to talk. We need to talk to Dee. Probably
do.
consult the sheriff. My mortuary is on the way. We can drop her off there. In my office.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Who's the sheriff?
You haven't met her yet. But she's a lady called Romy.
Romy. You know, that person
Never
we've
met
known
her.
for ages and ages.
I
That one-
don't do well with, the law.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
It's all right. She's a nice enough person, kind of ish, maybe.
We must hurry, CT. Dawn is
But
coming. I can feel it in my bones.
If you want to go and do the thing with the talking and the bits and the pieces, that sounds like a great idea. I'm concerned that whoever was after this stuff might have been trying to get into things. So can we swing by the professor's office just to make sure that no one's in there and lock it?
Fine, quickly.
Yes,
Okay,
and
let's
I
do
think
that,
we
let's do
should
that.
open
Bing
the
Bing just
package at
leaves.
the professor's.
That sounds like a great idea. Maybe we could like hide it in there. Maybe
Let's
there's a
go.
safe.
Bing Bing's out the door.
Bing bang.
She's gone.
Bing, bang.
All right, let's.
You just hear her clacking.
Wait,
her
what about
heels
the
clicking.
body? Did she just? I
Are
thought
you?
we were
Are we
taking-
meant to carry? You. God.
I look around for maybe drapes from the windows, see if I can rip it down to kind of
Is there a trolley?
wrap the body.
Not conspicuous at all.
Yeah, there are some
I just don't
old
want it to touch
curtains.
my body. It's gross.
Yeah,
Old
you can do that, Finn. That's fine. There are some
All right,
curtains
I'm
you
gonna-
can take.
Bing bing.
Slowly roll her onto this drape that I've
Bing
ripped
is
off.
down
and
the
then kinda
hall.
Bing bing. Did you
try to
take the
already
book with
in
you?
her.
Did you take
Yes.
the book with you? You did.
Yes, it's in her
Okay,
hand.
sorry, Finn. You were rolling up the body. Continue.
Yep. And all right.
Emma's.
Ma'am, can you just make sure nothing falls out of the back end of that? It's not
I
really.
got it. I
rolled
got
up
the back end.
well.
I got the back end.
Sure.
We're okay. We're all right.
All right. All right. And we walk towards. This is gonna go in your van, CT, because there's no way I'm putting this on the back of my bike.
Can we be respectful, please?
I'm trying.
Okay.
And we walk
Good
towards.
to know how you treat bodies. Good to know. I'll make a mental note of that.
I just don't want it to fall apart, and I don't know how to. You know?
Would you rather you carry it?
Hurry, we're running out of time.
All right, Your Majesty. We're coming.
I quite like the ring of that.
She's a bit leaky.
Okay.
She can't
so
be
you-
leaking. She has no blood.
CT's seeing things again.
Ooze.
So you're taking the body back to CT's van and checking
Right.
on the professor's office in the meantime. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. You're
M, you got the door?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
We got
Taking her-
this.
Oh, she's gonna have to go in my. All right, okay.
Just move the pizza over.
It's not the pizza I'm worried about. The only space that she can go is inside the flight case that I sleep in.
Sharing is caring, my friend.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Or do you want to put her in the front seat? Maybe kind of. Is that weird?
Yeah,
She might
weird.
fall over. I
That
don't know.
would be strange. No, I don't.
Okay, let's lay her in the back.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. Yeah.
Can we just like wedge
Okay, hold on.
her somewhere so she doesn't move?
Em,
Drive
Em,
safely. Maybe drive
Em,
a little
hold this.
safer.
Hold this. Hold this. I need to open Betsy. Right, okay. There we go. Right, hold on. Look at the fucking hell on the clips.
Okay.
Right, okay. Right, go back. Let her in.
I think
let her
something
in.
seeped through the drape. That was okay.
God, this is where I sleep.
You are able to get Saoirse into this case, no problem. Obviously, as it is a space that CT usually sleeps in, it is plenty big enough for a corpse that's falling apart. As
gross.
you lift her, you notice that the decay is continuing at a kind of alarming rate to those of you who haven't seen a dead kindred before. The teeth in her skull begin to come loose as you walk towards the van. And on a couple of occasions, Em will need to retrieve the strays that fall loose from the curtain.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I got it. She's falling apart. Do we have any idea how old she is? Older than Bing Bing?
Older than Bing Bing. She's an
Must be.
old bag. So,
Ancient. Okay. I'll just put these beside your bed.
In your
CT.
pocket? You've got a pocket there?
No, not in its a dress.
we'll put
Then,
it in
please.
afterwards. It's not a problem.
Your dresses don't have
Okay.
pockets? That's weird.
Nope.
You need pockets.
Yeah, right. Clutch
That's how
bag
you
or
carry
something,
them.
right?
Yeah.
Right, okay, let's. Now, done. Cool, Betsy.
All right.
Lock you up, that's alright. God damn, that dent is gonna really piss me off. Okay, and then we'll head back. Let's go back to there.
Is Bing Bing's car still there? Bing Bing, are you Shorty in the car?
Bing's in the professor's office right now, just standing
Just
there,
waiting, just
wondering
like-
where everybody is.
So on the way to the professor's office, M is asking Finn, what is your obsession with wanting to open the package and know what's in it? Like, why I wouldn't want to open it. I'm freaked out. Why?
You want to not know what
I'm
could be. People are coming after this? I
What
mean,
if it
I would
blew-
like to know why people are coming after this.
What if it blows up in our face or something? What if we end up like Saoirse? What? I don't want to
point.
be around when you. I'm gonna be a
What
few
is this, a
feet back when
bomb?
you open it. Okay?
I mean, we don't know.
And I put the package to my ear, see if I hear anything.
We don't touch it to your. Stop shaking it, Finn. For
As soon as he takes it
I
out,
think-
as soon as he takes it out into the open, I immediately look around to see if anybody is around. Just like
Okay, yeah.
I don't hear anything.
You hear
hulking
nothing.
shadows.
Thankfully, you're just holding it up to your ear. You're not doing anything else.
Okay.
Just listening. Yeah.
Okay.
No, nothing. And CT, you're scanning your
I think it's a
surroundings.
bomb.
Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to give me your wits and awareness, please? Or if you'd
Yeah.
like to give me your wits and streetwise, that's also an option.
Yeah. I've got specialities in Streetwise, but neither of them apply. So I don't think we have to worry about that at the moment. Cool. Actually, hold on. What's my wits? Wits. Cool.
2 successes.
Ooh.
Okay. 2 successes. You, as you walk sort of out across this pathway and back towards the main university building, again, are kind of struck by really just how quiet it is. There's flickering lights and you can hear traffic, but you don't see anyone lingering. The few people who are around seem to be headed towards destinations. They might be walking slowly, but they are definitely walking with purpose, and they're certainly not looking in your direction. You don't think you've got any reason to be worried.
So it's like 2 a.m.?
2 a.m. on a university campus in a city.
I guess this isn't a party campus?
What day is it?
It's not too active right here. Most of the good clubs are elsewhere.
Yeah, but still, what day is it? Is it like a weekend or is it like a Wednesday?
No, it's like a Tuesday, Wednesday.
Does CT really know what day it is ever?
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
Guys, it's a little bit quiet. Like, I'm unnerved. You know when you've seen the movie The
quieter
Birds?
than usual?
Have you seen the movie The Birds? You know when they all like line up and just stare at people and they get like, that's the level of eerie silence we're looking at here. All right, this is not good for us because we've got a body in the pocket, but
let's keep going. Well, I don't know where the professors is. You want to lead us?
Yeah. Head this
Bing
way.
Bing's already there, right? Let's just
Yeah.
let's just catch
She's
up to
somewhere.
her.
Cool. So down this corridor.
I think she's there. I have no idea.
Bing. So much thanks to your help.
When you get towards the
You're welcome.
that contains the professor's office, you do see Bing Bing waiting outside. The office is locked, as it always is.
You're right, Em.
And
The office is locked?
The
Is that
office
what you
is
just
locked.
said? Okay.
Correct. And CT is in possession of a key.
Oh, hold on.
The door's locked. None tampered with.
Well,
That's good. So
got it here
it's
somewhere.
locked.
Do you have the
one
key?
One of these. This one? No. This one. Ah, there we are.
Why do you have like 80 keys?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of them I've forgotten what they actually do. But you see, the problem is that some of them might be useful one day, so I don't want to get rid of them.
Consider
You just don't
labeling.
know.
Open the door.
All right.
The key clicks in the lock, satisfying and soundly, and the door opens with no resistance. The space CT is pretty much exactly as you remember it, save for a very thin layer of dust over books on the back shelf. It's a small, modest space, but filled to the rafters with texts, notes, all the kinds of things that the professor liked to impart to you when he was around. Lots and lots of books on mythology in particular, which you remember to have been one of his great fondnesses. But nothing seems out of place.
All right. Shall we close the door and open this thing?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
I guess we're not taking a vote. We're just gonna go ahead and do it. This is the professor's office. Everything is no, thank you. I am good. Everything is. I mean, he didn't leave in a hurry or anything, right?
I'll do it.
Well, that was meant to be a sentimental moment, but apparently you ruined it. So let's press on, shall we? Finn, do you wanna give me the thing? Let's have a look.
I have it. I'm opening it.
Oh, fine. Okay,
It's okay.
Bing. You've got it. That's
Bing
cool.
Bing
If it blows up
opens
in your face,
the
it works for
package.
me.
Age over
Completely
beauty.
nonplussed.
Okay. As you
But I have beauty.
As you peel
True.
back the layers of brown paper, you reveal a coating of duct tape. Takes a little bit of tearing to get through it. But you do manage to. And when you break through, you find a small wooden box packed with bubble wrap and topped with a folded note.
Bing Bing pops a couple bubbles Completely stoic, no expression on her face.
Nice.
Just pops a couple.
Can I step forward and just be like, bing, bing, just
Have
2
fun.
seconds before we go any further? And then can I do Sense the Unseen?
You absolutely can, yeah.
Bing Bing makes eye contact with CT and pops another bubble.
Okay.
How do I do this?
So I need you to either make me your wits and all specs or your resolve and all specs.
Oh, it's definitely going to be wits.
Okay.
Bing Bing continues popping the bubble wrap.
2 successes.
That looks like fun.
You peer around the room, CT, and
What's fun?
watch as the
Cersei is dead.
shadows.
Look, will you just quiet? I'm trying to do something here.
You peer into the
Bing pops
darkness,
another
CT,
bubble.
and you watch as the shadows don't seem to shift and the room is quiet. You know of a couple of wards that the professor liked to have active, and you see traces of where they once were, etched into the air in dust. But they aren't active anymore, just as Saoirse said. But no one is hiding. There is nothing in here that you can see that you would be startled by seeing.
And what about the package?
The package, there's nothing dormant and hiding in it, but from your knowledge of the occult, you suspect there's something in here that you might want a closer look at, certainly. The box itself is not too important to you from that you can see, but it is kind of like something is humming within it.
Okay. Whatever's in here is for like magic jujus, okay? So we just gotta be careful. Gotta take a moment. Take it step by step. You said there was a note on it? You said there was a note on it, Bing Bing?
Yes, it's under the bubble wrap.
You should be
Bing,
able
like,
to see it at
Feels
the
the
moment.
bubble wrap and holds up the note.
Well, don't give us.
Can you read it?
Read it out to
What does it
us.
say?
What does it say?
Saoirse, it took some doing, but I managed to keep some aside for you as promised. Its delivery could certainly be more efficient. I look forward to hearing about your progress in person. I'm afraid there's been no word on the professor in these parts as yet, but I'll let you know if that changes. It worked out easier to have the painting shipped directly to the gallery than trying to arrange it myself. I look forward to hearing how our latest wanderer is getting on with establishing their roots in Birmingham. Yours.
And who's it signed by?
It isn't.
People not
What?
signing letters.
Yours what?
What painting? What gallery? Are they talking about the one at the
Are you
university
familiar
or
with any new paintings moving in old paintings, Em?
any new paintings moving in or old paintings? I mean, they're always coming and going. I don't know about any
A
specific
particularly
one.
old one, though.
This is your area of expertise, Sam. Come on.
A wanderer. CT, has anybody spoken of anybody new in the circles?
I don't know. I can ask around. I can do all of that. You can head to the clubs
there-
when you go to see the sheriff and see if there's anybody around. I mean, I'm real hungry, so I mean, it would work for me.
M would know about any up and coming art galleries. Are there any events that are happening in the area?
There's always some rumblings going on in the art community in Birmingham. It's certainly not unusual to hear about paintings moving in for display, but this is a painting for personal reasons, it seems. Saoirse certainly was not concerned with the arts community.
Was not concerned. Okay.
Did it say that there was a painting inside the box?
No.
We haven't
This is
opened the
something
box
for
yet.
Oh,
search
that's in there?
rituals.
No. So when you opened the bubble wrap and there was the note on top, and then we haven't opened the box yet. But it's magic juju. Like there's no magic active involved at the moment, but this is like,
Don't you want to know what's inside?
I do want to know what's inside.
Bing opens the box.
There we go. Off like a
I'm glad you
band-aid.
did it, because you're the most expendable.
It's fine.
Inside the box, you find a small pile of tightly packed vials. They contain something purple, and underneath that is a pouch of silver powder.
Ugh, silver.
Silver?
Purple
And these
vials?
vials?
I'm going to
they
assume that's not
labeled?
grape.
Are they labeled?
Unlabeled.
Don't touch the silver. You'll never get it out.
It's like,
Bing, Bing,
Hard.
are you feeling adventurous enough to open one of the vials? Since you
No.
just ripped open that box? No? Okay.
The vials.
With
Is
my
it-
ritual experience, would I recognize the purple liquid nature?
CT,
grape
what
juice?
were you going to say there?
I was going to say, with my knowledge of certain chemicals, was there anything that it could possibly be? With specifically in relation to my knowledge of chemicals and the occult, which I have
Okay.
knowledge in both of these things.
Okay, so Bing Bing, you're interested in what you recognize of the occult nature of this. And CT, you're interested in what you recognize about the more illicit nature of this. Is that correct?
An accurate
Okay.
way of putting it.
If you could please, CT, let's stick with you for a moment. Could you give me your intelligence and streetwise, please?
Yeah. How does specialities work? Because I have a speciality in black market.
Okay, so if you would like to use your speciality in black market, you absolutely can. What it means is it will sort of flavor the information I give you. So the information you'll get back will be specific to what you've heard in the black market about these items.
Okay. Right. Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Messy critical, which means it's the beast that's told me this.
Oh, yes. I need you to roll me one more dice, please.
Oh, great. How did I come about this information? What did I do? How high was I?
Wow. 10. CT, you feel as you look at these items a familiar whispering. It's not as simple as understanding what's here, it's something else. You begin to feel the curse of your blood boiling to the surface. Your perceptions start to shift. The colors in the box sound loud to you. The feel of the box tastes wrong. And you begin to struggle to focus.
You okay?
And the main reason for that for you, CT, is there's something in your mind, that bestial part of you that recoils when it sees these items. Silver is obvious enough to you. Silver is essential in a lot of basic warding rituals, but this purple dust is something new. This is something you haven't seen before, and things that you haven't seen before are a lot worse than the things you have. Something about this makes you feel uncomfortable.
Ooh, I am going to stabilize myself by pulling out a little packet of white powder and snorting it straight from the bag.
Bing Bing stares
Just like,
razors and daggers into CT right now.
wow, right here, just anytime, huh?
I just need a moment.
While we're working, CT.
I'm okay. It's just a little wrong. It's just a little all wrong, isn't it?
And you couldn't resist. That's wrong. Whatever you're feeling is wrong, sure. And what you're doing isn't wrong. Right in front of
what is these vial? And I grab it and kind of...
I have seen things that can't be unseen, okay? This is wrong. Careful with that pin. Just careful, because
we have
I don't
all
know what it
seen
is.
unseenable things. CT.
Do I smell anything?
Did you just open it? Oh!
Smell it?
No, I didn't open it. I didn't open it. I'm just kind of...
Okay.
Ben, don't touch that. CT's having a moment. CT!
What?
What are you doing?
Look, I have been to many places. I have done many things. I have seen a lot of shit. I have never seen this purple stuff, and it is giving me the heebie-jeebies like you've never... Look, okay.
Heebie-jeebies right into your nostrils.
If I know, no, they're not heebie-jeebies. I know what that is. This, I don't know what that is.
Put the drugs away. Put the drugs away.
Okay, I'll put the fucking drugs away. Just give me a moment. Fucking hell, right. Look, if it's all the same, I would like to hang on to this purple shit. Okay? I'll hang on to it, I'll do some investigating around it, and we'll find out what it is before we do anything else with it. Unless, of course, you know what it is. She was one of your clan.
Do I?
You don't recognize this.
Alright.
I have no idea what it is. I've never seen it.
Well, what about the silver dust? Do you use silver dust in any of your rituals?
We use it for warding. That's normal, but don't touch it, obviously.
So you want to hold on to it? You feel safe with the lugging this thing around?
I feel safer me having it than any of you having it.
Should we
should
find
consult
D?
with the clan.
Well, while you consult with the clan, I tell you what, we've got to take Saoirse back to be respectfully, however you can deal with their passed on ones, and we can talk to them then. But I would suggest that we don't tell anyone we still have the package, because by the looks of things, this is the reason why Saoirse died.
Okay, I think you're right. The only thing I will say is, if somebody comes to get it from you, would you be able to fight them off?
Well, I'll tell you what, right? Okay, what we'll do then, okay, is that I'll take the vials and you take the box.
I don't think that you should take all the vials.
Well, okay, I'll take most of the vials, but I mean, I don't think you should have them because we don't know what they are.
I should take most of the vials, and you should take one. Talk to whomsoever you have, and I will speak to my clan, who is well versed.
Yeah, but we don't trust your clan. It could have been D.
I don't think it was D. How could it be D?
How could it not be D?
It could be D.
Because it's D.
That's not
I
a good
think
enough
you've got
answer.
a little bit of a blindfold here for your clan. It could be D. She's
I don't
the only
wear
one who knew was
blindfolds, Finn.
Okay, you didn't.
Look, talk some sense here. Do you think this is okay to just give away these strange little purple
I'm not
liquids?
giving them away. I'm showing them. We have to understand what they are.
Oh, you take one of them?
I got it. What if we leave most of the vials here? CT, you take one. Bing Bing, you take one. Em, you want one? I don't want one.
Why are we separating the vials? I don't...
Just in case somebody decides
don't think we
to...
should leave them anywhere. I think it's much safer on our person.
Why don't we just take them to the morgue then?
I should take more of them. I can fight better than CT.
Did the professor have
She's not wrong about that, CT.
Sorry, CT. Did the professor have a say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that he ever told you of.
When I was doing the Sense the Unseen earlier, was there any particular parts of the room that were more warded than others?
No, it seemed that he was really warding the entrance and exit points. So there was a dead ward sort of above a window, above a door, that sort of thing.
CT seems to think this place is secure. You guys don't feel that it's secure enough to leave some of the vials here?
The wards are no longer in place.
How many vials we got?
There were 4 vials.
4.
Oh, look at that. 1 each.
We could each take 1. That would be fair, I suppose.
All right.
I mean,
M
so
doesn't
long
really
as-
trust Bing Bing with all of the vials, so I'm okay.
M doesn't
splitting
have
them.
pockets.
She has a
And
clutch,
where you
I
gonna put it?
it's
have,
fine.
I have
has a
a
clutch.
clutch. I have
Oh, that's
a
right.
clutch.
But it's on the bike, isn't it?
Thank you. I took it off the bike. You think I would leave my clutch on your
Never
bike?
leave your clutch behind Finn.
I leave my bag there.
Thank you, Bing Bing. Can we go? Can we? The body
Okay,
is just
Wait, hold on,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
grab the bubble wrap and I'm gonna rip the bubble wrap so I can wrap my vial in it and then use the duct tape to. All right.
That's
now we're
fair.
safe.
That's fair.
Bing
That's,
Bing's
I will
holding
do.
the other half of the bubble wrap, looking incredibly offended.
Look,
Did you?
Bing Bing.
Well, you can pop yours. I just want it to be safe in my pocket. I'm putting it in my pocket. I don't really have it.
Can we make an agreement with them? None of us are going to open these vials until we know what they are. Until we all know what
I
they are.
agree with that. I don't know what that is.
Sounds good to me.
I'll keep the box in my hand, and
Yeah,
in case
okay.
anybody decides to come after it, I'll have the box.
Bing
That
Bing
sounds
just
good.
drops the bubble wrap on the floor and walks away.
All right.
Bing,
She's taking
bing,
the vial
bing.
without the bubble.
Fuck's sake, she's like a toddler.
I hope it doesn't
In which
break
case,
in her
if she's
hands.
walking away, I'm taking the silver powder. I'm taking whatever the silver powder is and sticking it in my little jacket.
Just
Can
don't
M-
mistake it for your other powder.
Good. Yeah, okay. No, I'll take it out of that and I'll put it in a zip pocket in my jacket.
Can M take the
That would have
note?
been bad.
M can take the note, yes.
Okay, there's something very important in there that M is familiar with, and she can't quite put her finger on it. Thank you, Bing Bing. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I've got the box. I've got a purple vial in my cargo pocket and bubble
Quickly,
wrapped.
just before
Bing
we
Bing
go,
put her vial in her clutch.
I'm just gonna quickly root through the professor's desk drawers, like I know where more or less of his stuff was from all of the random chats we had about weird occult stuff throughout the years. Is there any diaries or notebooks or anything that I remember him having more often than not, or like a file of facts or something?
You do remember that he didn't used to carry notebooks per se, but he did used to carry sort of a favorite book of the time, and he was in the habit of gifting those books to people. He would often leave notes in them and pass those books on. As a result, the sort of few bits of paperwork that are around the desk that you're rifling through seem fairly inconsequential to you. There's a few sort of like notes on talks that he intends to give or conversations that he needs to catch up on. On a couple of occasions, you see scribbled phone numbers that have been crossed out. The desk is kind of a testament to ordinary life, ironically.
Do I know who the last person he gave a book to was?
You do.
This is going to upset me.
The Saoirse.
CT, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm coming. I just
Okay.
remembered something. Just knocking around the old brain, but we'll talk about it later. Let's get over after Bing Bing because I don't trust this place. It's too quiet. Just a little bit too quiet.
Make sure you lock the door.
Oh, good point. Shut the door, lock the door. And then, do you know what I'm gonna do? In a really stupid way, I'm gonna take one of my hair. I'm gonna take a piece of my hair out, and I'm gonna lick the sides of it, and just across the door, so that it can show if anybody's ever been through that door other than us, the hair will snap or fall. It's something that I learned when I was a child.
Very nice. You can certainly give it a go. Ordinarily, we'd let this happen, but CT is having a bad time with his brain fog right now, isn't he? So we're going to have you roll this. I need you, please, to give me your dexterity and craft.
Dexterity and craft.
Dexterity and craft at a penalty.
Okay.
You're suffering delusions right now.
Yeah, I'm not having a great time.
You're struggling to get your hands to move in the way you want, so this will be at a 2 dice penalty.
2 dice? 2 dice. Okay. Does anything happen because I have a speciality in carpentry?
Weirdly.
You know what?
Don't ask questions.
I will let you take that bonus dice. Let's say you're looking for a notch in the wood. That could be
Yeah.
a way you do this.
I will try and cheese anything.
Remember as well that you do have the option of using a blood surge. So if you want to rouse check
but I
once,
am
you can add
real
bonus
hungry.
dice. Okay.
I am
You're not-
real hungry. I don't want to be.
You're not tempted to let the beast help you here?
He is now.
Given the fact that it was a messy critical, would I be tempted to let the beast help me?
Well, you don't need to in this case because you're under the effect of a compulsion already. Your clan curse is already at the forefront. You won't have to take any other compulsions, so we can roll this without hunger. So it'll be just a straight dice roll.
Okay.
But it's
So
at a penalty
minus 2
because-
dice anyway, plus 1 bonus dice, so that takes it back up to normal 2. So do I just, it's literally exclamation mark V2?
Correct.
Total failure.
Do you want to explain to us how this doesn't work? What does it look like?
I think I take a piece of my hair out and I'm like, don't worry, it's fine, it's okay, just all right, okay, fuck this night. Well, I won't be on it. All right, it's okay. Ah, gee, no, God. And I like slightly smolder my hair with my cigarette, and I'm just freaking out a little bit and just like, right, okay, here we go. Now I drop the second piece of hair, and then instead of just grabbing another piece of hair, I start looking for it, and by that time, everyone's at the far end of the corridor, and I'm like, fuck it, fine, sorry, I'm
Bing's
back.
stopped there, hearing the commotion. It's just like, someone help him.
It's okay, it doesn't matter, it's all right,
He needs help.
It's just a little bit wrong, okay? It's all right. Well, I
Help
tried to
him
get some
do
help,
what
didn't I?
he's
But you
doing.
wouldn't let me.
Kind of fun, huh? To watch.
Him needing help is obvious, but I don't think
help
there's
him
anything
do
we
what
can
he
do.
wants to do. It'll soothe him.
It's all right.
Maybe.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. We can go.
Do you
Let's
need-
go. Let's go.
Do you need a hair?
Okay, let's go.
I don't need a hair.
I have hair.
I'm aware you have. Look, okay, let's.
You could
let's
give
just,
him.
Let's just go.
You could help him do the hair thing that he's trying to do.
CT, do you need help doing the hair thing?
How do you all know what he's trying to do? I was confused what he was doing.
This.
I think he's trying to thread the door
This isn't gonna work.
like a needle.
I'm leaving.
I thought he was marking his territory. This is so weird.
See you later.
Okay.
I just
Pee for that.
walk out towards Betsy. It's like,
Okay.
I just can't deal. This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Bye,
Okay.
friends.
Are you safe to drive like this, CT?
I am safe all of the time.
Oh, yeah. Reassuring.
He's got the goods in the back of the car,
Muffled
too.
screams.
Okay. You've been inside for a little while, investigating and looking around. You are headed, Bing Bing, you know that earlier this evening when you were speaking with Demeter at the cemetery, that she mentioned that she had a meeting with Romy tonight at her offices. You know where these offices are, so it's likely that they're probably still there, probably together. And you all, of course, have the option of going in Betsy, CT's van. Are you all going in the van?
I'm taking the
Finn's
bike.
got the bike. Finn's taking his bike. What are the rest of
Not
you
going in the van. No way.
Bing Bing, is
Bing
your
wants
cab
to go to the
around?
mortuary first. I could try to summon him, but I've kind of utilized him several times tonight.
Okay.
Can I summon
I can only fit one more on the back, so one of you guys is going in CT's.
Well, I
Okay.
guess I'm going with you, Finn. We know how this works.
You want to drive?
No, thank you, though.
I'm
Copy
gonna
that.
summon my cab.
Okay, Bing Bing, would you roll me just a single dice, please?
I'd like
Let's
to
see
point
if he's
out.
around.
I'd like to point out as well that that Betsy looks real sketchy. it looks like the kind of van that you really don't want to go near. Like, the kind of van that pulls up the sidewalk and you're just like, well, that's a drug van. There's nothing even vaguely suspect about that. Good lord.
Well, as it happens, as Bing Bing looks around, she does realize that her cabbie has indeed had to take another job. Bing Bing is probably going to have to ride in CT's van. So perhaps you'll have the opportunity to tell us what that looks like.
CT, I will have to take your van.
Take my van? Take my van, Your Majesty? The fuck do you mean, take my van? You mean...
I mean, sit in the passenger seat.
Very politely sit in the passenger seat. Don't worry, I'll get the fucking mop out, shall I? I get out like a tiny little brush and start brushing off the thing. Your Majesty.
I appreciate it.
It's quite
so
all right.
kind.
If I could fart, I would, but I can't.
Yes, that's because vampires don't produce natural gases.
Well, I don't know. The natural gases that your friend's producing in my fucking bed right now are pretty bad.
She's dead.
Yeah, that's
She's not my friend anymore.
Sorry, Sashi. That was probably uncalled for, to be fair. You were pretty cool. You were pretty alright. Alright. Let's go, Betsy. Don't worry.
Let's go.
Being kind of butt slides onto the seat and then brings her legs together into the car, crossed at the ankle. She looks at the seatbelt. Buckles herself in and then closes the door. And every time she does anything, there's just a all right, I'm ready.
CT, what is the inside of this van like?
Oh, it is nasty. It is nasty. Like, imagine somebody, like lots of cigarette butts just everywhere. Loads and loads of cigarette butts. Some very sketchy white powder that might just be across the entire dashboard. There's possibly a few bags of like pills and weed and random stuff that's just appeared. Like the CT has at one point decided that was a good idea and then lost it. And then it's full of stuff that a vampire thought would be a good idea, like going to a drive-thru and being like, hey, can I order shit, what do you people a Coke and a burger, and then just putting them down because that was a real stupid thing to do. But in CT's mind, it's all about that disguising the masquerade and all that jazz.
Being has like gently kicked all the things in the floor like slightly to the side so that her legs can like be in a space, and she's just kind of like she's leaning forward in her chair so she doesn't have to touch her back to the chair, but that means that she has to be up against the seatbelt, which is in not better condition, and so she's like shy, she's like shrugging away. She just looks very uncomfortable, but like she just keeps sighing.
As she keeps sighing, I'm gonna start the car and just have like the what's you know the front light that just lights up all of the little cockpit area, all the front two seats, and then just be like, oh, it's so broken. Oh, never mind. Just so she has to be. Anybody that looks at the van sees her in it, and I'm like, just like driving around.
Okay.
I want to stuff the box in my saddlebag, and then you want the helmet this time, or are you feeling better without that?
You know what? I'll take the helmet. I'll take the helmet. Given what happened.
Otherwise, your
last
hair
time,
is gonna go all kinds of craziness.
I take the helmet. I put it on my head.
All right, hop on. Kickstart the bike, and CT, I'll follow you. And I circle around to get behind him.
Right, you are. No worries.
Okay. Dee's office is at a museum just outside of the jewelry quarter of Birmingham. One of the older areas that used to once be full, as you might expect, of goldsmiths and traders. these days, most of those factories and foundries are empty, of course, replaced with office spaces, trendy loft conversions, the occasional bar. Dee's office is inside a little museum off the side of one of the streets. A red brick terrace stretches down, and her building on the corner stands out because of a large painted green door. When you arrive and enter the building, Bing Bing leads you towards Dee's office itself. And as you approach, you do begin to hear hushed conversation through a door.
What time is it?
You're looking at roughly 3 hours until dawn.
Okay.
We don't have much time.
Can I heighten senses? I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, you can. The conversation is concerning the Elysium. What you can hear is a conversation about some security measures. They're discussing rituals that Saoirse said she was going to do to make sure the space was safe. And they are discussing the best way of ensuring that people arrive quietly. It's not often that they choose to hold Elysium outside of the prince's favored locations, and Romy in particular is very nervous about this going smoothly. You hear a kind of stern insistence in her voice that nothing can go wrong leading up to this, and that if things do go out of hand, she wants it handled before the prince gets word. Dee is assuring Romy that they have the right people on the jobs and that there's nothing to be concerned about. And you hear a very familiar light trickling of hot water pouring out a tea kettle.
Oh, hang back 2 minutes. Hang back 2 minutes. Let's just find out
What are they
else they're
saying?
talking about. They're talking about the Elysium. There's going to be a new gathering of the Elysium, but normally the Elysium is held in one of the prince's favored locations. But
Why would he choose to leave?
well, I'm not sure that he's chosen. However, I'm thinking that if they're putting some kind of art gallery on, maybe it's the art piece that was in that note. Maybe that was what it was all about. But the real thing here, hold on. Okay, so the real thing here is that they're saying that nothing can go wrong and that Saoirse was meant to be doing some stuff. So we really don't want to piss off the sheriff at this point. We need to speak to Dee without the sheriff, so we can't announce the fact that Saoirse
we can't keep it from the sheriff. Romy has to know so that we can be prepared.
I know, but if
You're going
this
to
is
keep secrets
if
from
this
Romy.
is something that Dee's setting up, do you want Dee to look like an absolute farce? Do you want to be publicly humiliated like that?
Bing Bing, CT. Can I get you both, please, to make me a composure and stealth check?
Where's composure? Oh, I see.
Okay.
One success from Bing Bing.
Oof.
One success from CT. As you stand
So
in the
we can't
corridor,
be hiding things from Romy.
as you stand in the corridor bickering, it's not long before Em and Finn see the door swing wide open. And Romy, stood in the opening, scowls.
Oh,
Romy, how's it going? Hadn't seen you in ages. Looking fantastic.
Yes, it has been a while, hasn't it, CT? Good to see you too. Is there a reason you're stood outside the door bickering loudly?
Yes, there is. We came to see Dee because we met up earlier on and we were just making sure that everything's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got some clan stuff with Bing Bing, you know.
I had to get something for Dee. I'm here to give it to her.
Well, by the way, I don't know whether you heard, we're the ones that have got the new domain over to the, until the professor gets back.
Yes, I had heard, and I've been trying to make arrangements to ensure that transition goes smoothly.
Thank
Not
you,
going to give
Romy.
me too much trouble with that, are you, CT?
I have never... No, there was that one time. Okay,
Worry not, Romy.
Has
No,
M met Romy before?
You have seen her on a couple of occasions, yes. Usually when you've seen her, it's been at an Elysium and she has been busy. She doesn't make time to speak to people that don't matter. And oh boy, has she made you feel that's the case before now. So to have her stood in a doorway addressing all of you directly is a little intimidating, perhaps. But she does have a reputation for being exceedingly fair.
Can I try to cut the tension and maybe introduce myself formally?
You absolutely can. Give me, please. That will be it'll be charisma etiquette.
Charisma and etiquette.
2 successes.
I'm just gonna do one of those like head nods like that.
Okay. What does
Romy.
she say?
Romy, it's nice to formally meet you. We've seen each other around, I think. My name is M. I go out to try to shake her hand.
She looks down at your hand and gives a small, wry smile and says, Miss Shields. Yes. Pleasure to meet you too. She holds out her own hand and takes yours firmly. The first thing you're taken by is that this woman is strong. She smiles.
Such a pleasure, I say through gritted teeth, because she gives my hand quite a squeeze.
It is not often that somebody wants to shake my hand, Em. This is a rare treat. And she retracts her hand and sort of wipes it slightly on her trousers before sort of folding it in front of her. You had to see Dee, all of you, or do you have something you need to say to me?
Yeah?
Yes,
Well-
we...
Yes and no. That is interesting. Who wants to go first?
I got nothing to say. She was just making introductions, I assume, but it's all good. And like I said, don't want to cause you any trouble.
Right. You seem like you're in a rush, Romy. You can... Don't let us keep you, please.
Well, I still have matters to discuss with Dee, so I think I shall stick around for a moment longer, if that's all the same to you.
By all means.
Sure.
You are the sheriff. You're keeping law and order. By the way, have you heard of any like recent movements of the anarchs recently? Especially this blonde-haired one. You know.
Where have you been?
What do you mean? Where have I been?
I mean, where have you been that you've come back asking me questions about anarch movements, Charles?
Way
You
to
were
keep it
attacked.
subtle, CT.
I am the subtlest of subtle, okay?
We were attacked,
I was
Romy.
merely asking.
Okay. We're just
By
gonna
a
go
rude
right
blonde
out.
woman.
We were. It's very true.
She
Her
was
smile
very-
was bigger than CT's hair.
That's bold.
I think
You did have a big
perhaps you'd better come in and get comfortable then. It seems we have a conversation to have.
Perfect. M walks in.
Ladies first.
Thank you.
As you enter the room, you see Demeter sat in a small armchair in the corner of the room, cradling a cup and saucer. She occasionally lifts the saucer and the cup up to her nose, gives a small sniff, a satisfied smile, and then returns it to her lips, softly. but she doesn't sip it. Instead, she returns it back to her lap and continues to sort of caress the edge of the cup with a fingertip. She watches you all curiously as you enter the room, but she smiles. She seems happy to see you all. Catching Romy's expression, however, her own changes very slightly, and she shoots a querying glance at Bing Bing for just a moment before looking back at the group of you again. And she says, well, I was expecting Bing Bing, but I didn't think I'd see the rest of you. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I feel
Bing
like I
Bing
walk
seats
in.
herself next to Dee and places a hand on her wrist that says, bad news.
Okay. CT, what were you
I
saying?
feel like I
But
walk
she
in
smiles like a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like I walk in like a naughty school child. You know, I just like, oh god, I've been caught.
Okay.
Just here for a little backup.
Don't worry, Dee. It's all swimmingly good. But yeah. So, what's new with you?
Bing Bing, just tell her. We have to tell her.
Do we have the package?
Oh, good. No trouble?
Cersei's dead.
Oh!
And we've opened the package.
Saoirse is dead.
She's very dead.
The package is
Completely
open,
dead.
but you have it.
We have it.
We have the contents. The box is actually on my bike still.
At this, you hear the door close as Romy turns towards the room and says, Saoirse is dead. You have the package. And you were on the wrong side of town. Is that right?
She knows a lot.
I mean, we went on the.
Cersei had no
yes.
blood in her body.
There may have been a diablerie.
Okay,
Yes.
let's take it, tone it down a little bit.
Dee, what was Cersei doing? Alone.
Saoirse is dead.
Yes.
You have her package.
Yes.
You were attacked by Annex.
That happened
Correct.
before.
And you believe we have a Diablerist in town.
That was CT's thinking. We can't be
There's
certain.
a possibility.
It's a possibility.
High possibility.
There is an uncomfortable silence as Romy and Demeter look to one another for a moment. Romy sighs and slides a lock across the door before she moves towards the desk to seat herself. And we will take our 5-minute break, guys. Come back in a moment. Thank you.
You are kidding me. Okay, people, get up, have a stretch, grab some
gotta
kind of
pee.
beverage, hot, cold, or alcoholic.
gotta
Don't
pee.
forget to take your
Thank
meds,
you.
and we will be back momentarily. We'll see you very shortly, you beautiful people.